did you put a thing on? Chilling.
Yeah, I just sent an alert.
Chilling with data dash. Cool.
Hope the audio and everything's going through well. Oh crap! I gotta open up.
All right, let's go. All right. Ready?
Mm-hmm.
Or not?
Yeah, I'm going good. Just that shit. Yep.
All right, so this is an impromptu stream with Data Dash. Hi, Data Dash. We just met, but I was like, okay, we gotta talk on this live. We gotta do this live, so we're doing it live. That's the thing. So Data Dash. Hi, Data Dash. I am Boxmining. You are.
I'm
Data Dash.
Nicholas Murn for Data Dash. Definitely, yeah. For those of you who don't know me, my name is Nicholas Murn, otherwise known as Data Dash. YouTube back in July covering cryptocurrencies, and it's just been an awesome opportunity so far. I'm glad to be here with Boxmining. Michael has been really kind to me for the short period of time that I've known him, and man, we've been really talking about doing this for quite some time. I think everyone from both of our channels has requested it, so this is really awesome.
Yeah, and I think it's just been so long. I've been saying this with Bite-Size Bitcoin. I've been saying this with Ivan Lee. Like, we should have done this more and more often. Like, this is super impromptu, guys. So sorry for not setting up a. But we were just chatting. I Skyped Nicholas here. I Skyped Data Dash, and we're like, oh man, you know, just such a cool guy. Let's do this right now. So sorry for not telling guys ahead of time, but we'll do this more often. And it was just so nice catching up with you. So yeah, so you were talking about how you got into Bitcoin. And I really want to hear that. So you started in like what, 2011?
Yeah, it was back in 2011. So at the time I was learning about monetary policy in the finance sector. So I learned about, I mean, generally people in the cryptocurrency industry, they hate banks and stuff. They hate like the central banking system, monetary policy. And I learned about interest rates, inflation, very basic stuff like that. However, I learned that, you know, all this was coming as an issue because of centralized institutions. So the Federal Reserve, which is the centralized bank for the US, you have, of course, other centralized banks around the world in Europe and China. And I realized, I was like, you know, the one thing you need to fix is the decentralization. You need to decentralize the centralized. So I looked into it, and I happened at the time when I was learning all about it, there was a video on YouTube called What is Bitcoin? It's the trending one that everyone's probably seen if you're curious as to what Bitcoin is. But at the time, it was so small, so new, no one really knew about it. And as I looked into it, I remember watching the video, and it talked about the blockchain, and it talked about how it was decentralized. There was no single unit that really kind of holds it all together, can just change monetary policy just like that. So I thought it was really cool. I thought it was a fascinating concept, and to have this kind of e-money kind of concept was really interesting as well. But the one thing that kept me back from buying into it or getting involved in mining at the time, I probably could have mined like, with the GPU I had at the time, I could have mined like probably like 3 or 4 Bitcoin a night or something. It would have been so simple. And
yeah, man.
And sadly, you know, we can play Captain Hindsight with it, but, you know, the thing is for me, I realized, you know, the one thing that held me back was that I was like, could I spend it anywhere? If I was going to go put my money and my, you know, put my GPU at risk for that, you know, I didn't know much about mining at the time. It was new, and it was just like, it just, at the same time, I'm like, oh man, it would have been so awesome too. But at the same time, I think we're not too late. I think it's really just the beginning.
We're not too late.
Yeah.
We're not too late. But it's insane because I started a little bit after you, so 2012. I was a big gamer, and then I spotted Diablo 3. So that's my honest confession. I used bots to play Diablo 3 for me. It made money. And then after I got banned, of course, that was against TOS, right? So after I got banned, I would go for Bitcoin mining. I was like, hey, what can I do with my spare GPU? So I found out about Bitcoin Bear. So it wasn't about, you know, decentralization or anything. It was just straight up, let's go mine. Let's go make some money. So I was mining like, 0.3 Bitcoin a little bit later than you because of obviously like, you know, in 2012, it was already harder to mine. The ASICs were coming in. That was a time where people were talking about this bubble. You know, Bitcoin's $10 now, and this is the thing I wanted to spell today. I was like, just really talking and homing in this idea that, you know, big banks are just constantly talking about this bubble. Yeah, this Bitcoin bubble. Oh my God, it's another bubble again. This bubble talk endless. And that was in 2012, man. 2012, we had the same BS talk. Yeah, Bitcoin shouldn't be worth anything, guys. It has no intrinsic
It's all
value.
speculation.
Yeah, it's all speculation, guys. So 2012, that time I was young. I believed them. I was like, yeah, you know, I shouldn't keep this. I mined it up. So I was looking for a good time to exit. It went from $10 to $15, and I was like, yeah, that was a bubble. They're like, everyone's talking about bubble. $15 Bitcoin, like, bubble, guys. Sold everything. Kept it in Gox for a while. Not sold everything. Kept a bit, but then. 2 things happened, of course. Gox meant I
Oh,
lost
God,
everything.
yeah.
And then I kept some of that coin in like Insta Wallet, and all those shit vanished. So voila, gone. But that's what I'm talking about now. Keep your crypto safe, and of course, this bubble talk has been on for ages, man.
It seriously has been. I mean, yeah, there has been some trials and tribulations for Bitcoin, but at the same time, as kind of outdated as it is the godfather of cryptocurrency. Cryptocurrency as a whole, if you believe that ICOs are going to continue to get adopted, if you think that blockchain innovation is continue to grow, you need Bitcoin in the space. Bitcoin is that backbone. I always talk on my channel, it's kind of like the gold standard of cryptocurrency. It's really the backbone that solidifies the confidence. And if you know about any ICO or Ethereum or any other cryptocurrency out there, you know about Bitcoin. So it's like it is going to continue to rally and stuff. You'll always have sell-offs. You always have setbacks. And what we're seeing right now seems like a pretty drastic pullback, kind of like what we saw back in June and July. But it's just another step in the process and stuff. So.
And people were talking about a crash today. I'm like, you guys have not seen
a crash. No, there has been China news come out and Bitcoin loses 50% of its value in a day. That's a crash. That's like,
yeah, man.
Yeah.
Like if Bitcoin doesn't hit like $100, I wouldn't call that a crash, man. Like this is super volatile. No one knows how to evaluate what it should be worth.
Exactly.
Like right now we're still in a speculation bubble for sure.
Yeah.
For sure. But at the same time, if you guys are afraid of this 5%, 10% dip, man, time to get out. That would be a sign where you're not ready. Like you're not ready. Like come back. Like when you're not just looking for a very pure profit. Right now, it's really just about, it's a lot of speculation. It's a lot about, should it be like this? I think you guys got to be like kind of just mentally prepare for, this craziness that's to come.
Yeah.
So
it's a volatile market. But the reason why is because it's something so new. If you really think about the scale of adoption, folks, like I think Boxmining is exactly right on this. If you just don't have the emotion, if you don't see the vision of it long term, and if you're consistently like scared after 1 or 2% movements, I mean, you're gonna lose trying to trade the market like that and trying to time everything, get every single percentage point. It's not a get rich quick thing. It is a very fast moving market, and you can make a lot of money off of it. But the main objective here should be that you see the potential of blockchain. You want to invest in it more in the next few years and really see where it goes. And that's why I tell people to always invest on my channel and stuff. Trading can be good if you learn how to do it, but you will most likely make money just investing and believing in blockchain and picking real winners, because there's a lot of scamming out there. There's a lot of wrong ICOs that come out and they claim to do something bold, and they don't have the tech there or anything. So that's what I was saying. Like I love how Ivan, he dives into the GitHubs and stuff. He actually checks the source code and stuff. I think that's so important. And I'm starting to do...
Are you a programmer?
No, not too much. No. I'll be honest, I cannot claim I'm a programmer in any sense. The only languages I know are like SQL, HTML, and CSS. So pretty much web stuff and like data, but nothing serious on the programming side. But I would love to learn like JavaScript. I'd like to learn, I want to learn Python more than anything because I like machine
Python's
learning.
great. CS50, I've been trying to push this for a long time. CS50 is the Harvard course. That's how I learned my rudimentary basic skills in programming. I'm not a good programmer by any means, but just having that basic understanding of how it works, that's amazing. And there's also another course on Coursera about Bitcoin. They talk about hash functions, signing transactions. That's like, if you guys want to know the backbone, like the core of this, that's two really good courses.
No, I'll check out
substantial.
I'll check out both of those. I love Coursera and Udemy courses. I actually learned SQL through an Udemy course. It was like, I think it only took me about like 8 to 10 days. I mean, it's an easy language to learn stuff. The syntax is very small, but basically like learning SQL was about a course of about 5 to 8 days or so. And then I went out, and if you go on my channel, the original reason I actually created my YouTube channel was to do an SQL tutorial for my Praxis program. And then I decided, I was like, you know what, like I gotta have something else on my channel. So I was like, so you know what, I think I should probably do some cryptocurrency videos or like some kind of analytics. Like I did like charting pattern analysis, stuff that I had done for years for crypto and equity markets and stuff. And I never would have thought like people would want to watch it and stuff. So it was just so cool. I mean, just like
exactly.
to think. Oh, did it drop out? Uh-oh. Did I drop connection? I hope that wasn't me. Uh-oh. We're having some problems, people. Sorry about the interruption, everyone. That's weird. I should be back on in just a sec. Can y'all still hear me good on the stream? Let me check the chat. Boxmining kidnapped. It's China. They're listening. Oh my gosh. Oh, one of y'all just donated. Thank y'all. Finger Bashing donated $5. You are a top dude. Thanks for the great videos and. Oh, thank you, man. I appreciate it. Uh oh, I'm getting word that Boxmining can't connect. I don't know if y'all can see that. Oh, I think he's back in. Hey,
hello.
Hey,
Chat.
I can hear you.
I'm just fucking with you. I'm a viewer. Sorry.
Oh, did you see? Did I put up the link on the screen or something?
Yeah, everybody can see the link. I'll leave. Keep up the good work, Data Dash. Sorry.
I probably should get that out, but I don't know. Then again, I guess you can't really hide it and stuff, but. Let's see here. Good to hear y'all. I think the stream's still going through good. I guess it might be on Michael's end, but I'll reach out to him on Skype and ask if he wants to do a hangout.
Fuck the police. Fuck the police. Fuck the police. Fuck the police.
Yeah, I think it's better we do something on Google Hangout because this is gonna keep on happening. All right, guys. All right, well, I'll hop back on the stream and just a moment. Actually, I'll put it on the intermission real quick, and we'll get right back onto things, guys. Don't go anywhere. I'm going to hopefully continue to talk with Michael. Michael?
Yo, what's up? Hey, hey, how's it
Awesome.
going?
There we go. We got it working.
Let me just try to figure this out. Give me a second.
Okay.
I don't know how to make my face big or something. Okay, so how do we auto make our face big in this thing?
The thing, Google Hangouts is kind of simple. I think it kind of jumps towards whatever party's speaking and stuff, so it'll bounce between the two of us. I wish it could just do like a split window. That would make much more sense. All right, so I gotta go back on the.
Yeah, but weird. How do I? Okay.
Make sure. I gotta make sure you get the right window.
Okay, so if I talk now, do I get? No, I don't get the big window. Weird. Because I'm trying to broadcast this. I'm trying to record this. So.
Okay.
Weird. Share screen help. Weird. Okay, I think I know what I'm gonna do. I think I know what I'm gonna do. I think. How do you make two freaking faces on this? This doesn't make any sense. It's okay. We're gonna see your giant face then.
There we go. Okay, I got the right window on for. All right, cool. So that should be on the Streamlabs now. Awesome. Cool.
Yep, me too. I'm somewhere near close as well, but I'll have a tiny face. I'll be like a midget face down there.
Okay.
You'll be the main focus on my stream. Yeah, so guys, we're trying to restart the stream. I'm trying to get the chat right as well. So just give me a second. YouTube.
So wait, do you
YouTube.
think there's like a connection problem or something on it?
I think it's just up here and it's just whatever we were using. My internet is fine, but it seems I can't connect to up here in at all. So unfortunately, I don't understand why either. So life moves on, technology, right? Sometimes it fails. And I'm a very, very tiny face. Let me just see if I can make myself a little bit bigger here.
Yeah, so hold on. If we do, oh no, sorry. Here we go. If we do, I'm trying. Oh no, if you click. No, wait, what happened there?
Yeah, sorry about that partial introduction, guys. So I resumed the stream, but what I'm gonna do is I think we're gonna stream. I can stay for another 20 minutes, and then I'm gonna get some food.
Cool.
Because I am actually quite hungry.
All right, awesome. Yeah, so is everyone here and good on the live stream?
Yeah, I think everyone's kind of back on my one as well.
Yeah.
Auto chat.
Awesome.
Nice, nice.
I'm trying to remember where we left off and stuff. What were we talking about? We were talking about oh yeah, how so I had done like the SQL course and stuff. So it was just it's been a wild ride and stuff, and I just would have never guessed people would have want to hear me talk about cryptocurrencies, but it's honestly it's so much more interesting than like stock markets in my opinion. In equities and everything. I got so tired of equities.
Oh man, it's much more exciting. If you go ICO route, you're going to see lots of new companies, new ideas. Of course, a lot of them are probably going to fail. Let's be honest here. A lot of them are going to be fail, but you know, that's the case. Someone asked, why is my face so tiny? That is because I have no idea how to work.
Actually, here, click on your little image thing on the stream, or sorry, on the Google Hangout. It should make it expanded on your window.
Click on what? Click on myself?
Yeah, click on yourself on the little thing. It should.
Yeah, but if I click on myself, then I am gigantic and you are tiny.
Oh, that's fine. I mean, I don't care. If you want to do it for your live stream, it's no big deal. It stinks.
I don't know.
It's inconvenient because we got the we have to use.
I think I messed something up. So yeah, sorry for that, guys. But this is a very impromptu stream. I think a lot of people. This was just because I was super excited. I'm like, hey, oh man, talking to Data Dash, let's go on live right now. Let's just chat and chill and share what we have. So this was not planned, guys. This was not like we had made an appointment. This is not like we were trying to do something. We just thought it was a cool idea. So
no, it's awesome, dude. I'm so happy we finally got together and stuff like this. And we were talking to everyone about hopefully getting more people in the community together and stuff. And honestly, that's what we've been trying to build. Like with on my own stuff, we have like the Discord, we have like a Telegram and stuff. We always try to communicate and share ideas between one another because no one's a whiz in this market. We all got to work together and stuff and help each other get the right mindset with trading and investing in crypto.
It's exactly, and it does take a while to get everything right, especially I think one of the biggest problems with crypto right now is that we have this problem where people don't understand enough about crypto. And so they fall victim to these scams where, you see that coming up on the bottom of our chats, someone pretending to be someone else, just like, oh, yeah, send your crypto here, you'll double it over the week, right? And they might come into this hearing, hey, we got, a lot of people might be making a lot, especially if you have people who are whales who are, just like you found out about Bitcoin back in 2011 or 2012, these people have made it so much, you might tell their friends, and then their friends are like, oh man, yeah, this is something I want to go. This is a new gold rush. I'm going to charge in. I'm going to be a millionaire overnight, but it's not like that, Right now, you got to be very, very smart. You got to be very grounded, and you definitely have to work together on this. Yeah, so that's my 2 cents on this. It's an absolutely crazy time.
Yeah, I think that is a big problem. The fundamental understanding of how blockchain, if you just even understanding, you don't have to always understand like the backend and code and stuff, but understanding how blockchain itself works and understanding the basic formations of how proof of work works, how proof of stake works. Like there's just so many core fundamental things you should understand before you put any amount of money into crypto. You should understand, just like how you understand the financial system, you're not going to want to trade and invest in markets in a neat kind of crazy sense rather than simple long-term investing unless you understand monetary policy, unless you understand geopolitical problems and stuff. So that all of it comes into a play and stuff. Same as cryptocurrency. It's yeah.
It's like that. And one of the big things is the difference between a coin and a token, right? We have all these new ICOs, and that's a whole different beast. That is a whole different beast. You're going to talk about, it's all about startups again. You're going to talk about, are these ideas sound? And even if this idea looks very attractive, right? Even if this idea looks interesting and it looks fun, it might absolutely be the most terrible idea out there. I'm not sure if you want to hear this rant, but I was watching the Apple iPhone 8 announcement or iPhone X announcement yesterday.
Yeah.
And they had 2 ideas there. So they presented 2 games there. So, I have a gaming background, I have a game design background, and they presented this AR game, right? So AR is the new VR, right? Everyone knows AR is the new VR now. And they're holding this phone above a table, and then like you can see on the phone, this map, this kind of battle zone. It's like kind of like Warhammer.
Okay.
And it looks so cool, right? Because it's all AR, and you can see it live, and you can like go move your phone around, and then it's gonna update. It's gonna show on screen what this virtual battle landscape is gonna be like, and it looks so cool. Like I'm sure someone is gonna invest a lot of money into it, but from a game design perspective, I don't see any gameplay there.
Yeah.
Like I don't see anything that is fun and that would extract me to play this game. It just reminds me of like the Kinect, or the PlayStation Move, or any of these technologies that really look good on paper, right? They look great, amazing on paper, but they're absolute, garbage in terms of gameplay. You're gonna have to wait 10, 20 years before the game designers think, oh yeah, well, let's make a use of that somehow. I admire Nintendo for that. When they made that super remote thing, they had some great game designers. Even with the Switch, they had some great game designers to make gameplay with that. But that's what you need to pair it with. And a lot of people don't realize, they just go technology. But that's not the whole story. You got to have people up there. So yeah, AR and VR not the same, but AR is the new VR, guys. AR is augmented reality. You see a different thing up there, but people want to mix it together. So my 2 cents, like it's 2 different beasts. I'm glad that you do analysis on both, and I do watch your channel. So
cool.
That's really cool.
Yeah, no, I think that the thing about with augmented reality, I think the first time we really saw it mass adopted was with Pokemon Go. I think everyone got crazed about that and stuff. But it was an interesting kind of mark on the topic of AR and stuff, because I think there is a place for it. But like you said, right now it's in that space where you have all these big tech giants who come in, all the big either gaming industry companies, or you have people in Microsoft, whatever it may be, and they come out and they're like, oh look, we have an example of how to use this and stuff. And Apple, for example, I mean, like it's just this kind of gimmicky, like, oh yeah, we've got this great technology, but how do you actually use that to tell stories, to make a game people want to play? Because I've been like playing a ton of AAA titles for the past few years, and whether it be in the FPS or adventure kind of genre and everything, no matter what platform it is, it's just the same repetitive crap. There's no creativity. It's like the Hollywood. It's like when Hollywood comes and rips off stories from books and stuff. Like they try to take it and make it their own, and it just doesn't work. There's no creativity. There's no kind of game changing aspects. So I think.
I would kind of be in the between of that. It does work because the production cost of these things are going up. That's why they want a security.
Exactly.
So the reason behind why it works is because of the way it's financed, right? And people still buy it. I think it's unfair to say it's not working. I mean, Call of Duty is in like what Call of Duty like 20, and if you can make 20 sequels, I think that's kind of working right there. But it's not fun. Okay, that's the difference. It's not fun. It's gonna kill itself eventually. It's gonna blow up eventually. But anyways, that's kind of the take on it. So what I'm trying to relate is that with ICOs, it's very easy to fall in a trap thinking, oh my god, this is the coolest shit. I want to go headfirst into this new technology. You know, AR is great. Let's do something with AR and blockchain. But can you really make a good project with that right now? Like at this current state, we don't even have the foundations.
Was that what is that the Vibe Hub ICO? Is that what that's all about? Because I still have yet to look into that. That was
Vibe Hub is VR. Vibe Hub is VR.
Okay.
They're trying to mix AR with it, and I'm like, oh my god, no, like, no, man, no. And I don't want to sit in a VR room talking about a smart contract. I want to be either on a computer or on a fucking phone, either programming or talking about it, and talking like. And things like this chat works because it's easy to set up and click into. I don't want to talk to you on freaking VR goggles, right? I don't want to see your giant face. I'm not, no offense, you probably don't want to see my giant face either, right? Sorry, that was a bad joke. But anyways, but you know, this works well. Maybe I'm old school. Maybe that's the way it is. But I don't know. But I love your take. So you've been looking into these markets for a long time. You know, what have you been doing? Have you been real world investing? What is your take on things?
Yeah, no, I invest most of my funds in crypto because I do really believe in it. I like to put my money where my mouth is, and usually a lot of the holdings that I recommend, I'll say like, look, you know, I have a position in this. I really do believe in it. NEO has been the one that I've been very optimistic on for a long time, and then also along with that, I'd probably say 10x is one of my favorites as well. But just kind of getting those solidified long-term holdings and stuff like that.
Awesome. Okay, so now you fell into this question. Why Neo?
Oh yeah, honestly I like the smart economy concept. I've been ever since the get-go. I've really kind of been bought by the idea. Not to mention, I loved your interview with Dao Hongfei. That was so awesome. I don't know how you scheduled that. That is so awesome. But it was just cool to see, like, you know, to sit down and see someone who's been in the space. I mean, they've had it since 2014. And they've been in the space before the ICO craze came in. They've had years of experience to work on it. And I think that the flexibility of Neo's framework is amazing. So, I mean, there's a countless different amounts of reasons and stuff, but I really do like Neo.
But why? But what makes it better than Ethereum? This is the question I've been asking myself for a long time. So sorry if I'm going really hard on this, because like I've been trying to struggle between Ethereum versus Neo.
Yeah.
All right. And then I've been trying to dispel like. With the thing with Neo is I have a love-hate relationship with them. When there's so much hype, I try to dismiss as much of the hype as possible. And then when there's a lot of FUD, I try to dispel a lot of FUD about it as possible. So, you know, hopefully we get a chance to see Da Hongfei again. You know, I've been trying to message him, but he's so busy at this. But why Neo though? Why Neo over Ethereum though? This is my biggest question. You know?
That's true. Yeah, no, they do get kind of tossed together. So you have to come together and really kind of make a comparison as to which one's going to really take off in the long term. I do hope that we do see a Neo flipping on Ethereum, but it's going to be an interesting competition. I think eventually you'll see them counteract with one another, but it'll take some time. So general market prices, they're pretty split right now. I think, is Neo still sitting around like 1.2 billion or something?
Yeah, I mean, Neo's got a lot of, like, the thing with me is, like, I feel Neo has a lot of catching up to do. Ethereum, they have, I mean, they have a lot of things planned, and I get so excited reading Plasma, the way they want to scale with that, Raiden, the way they want to do that. So I get super excited. But the thing with Neo is that they have a different whole system going on as an alternative. So I've always viewed it as an alternative. If people don't like the Ethereum framework, they can go for Neo. But I always want to dispel this China factor. You know, crypto is decentralized. You can always choose the best platform that works for you. I think this is the thing. People feel like, oh yeah, if they're China piece, people would definitely have to support China, right? That's logical, right? But it's not, because China has a huge Ethereum community as well. Yeah, you have to remember a lot of big money went full on Ethereum. So I've always tried to dispel the fact that, you know, people feel like they must China will always go for Ethereum. I think that is definitely not the case. But at the same time, if you like the BFT, you know, you like the way they structure the smart contract, if you believe in ledger, what is it? It's not the ledger. It's you can contracts that interact with each other. I think that was also the way they were going. It's I forgot the word for it. But they can compartmentalize different things, and they can structure how these things can go together. Then, if you like that, and if you're a programmer that likes that, then I will go for it.
That's what, yeah. Ivan was talking about that in his video. He was explaining it through in the code and stuff. I remember watching that a while back, and I like how he talked about the that's a big word, compartmentalization of code and stuff, and how it compiled different languages in there. So I thought it was really interesting. But again, I mean, yeah, Neo does have a lot of catch up to do if it really wants to be like Ethereum, because Ethereum right now, not only does it have the greater sense of adoption, you have an entire community towards Ethereum right now. So Neo needs to gather that same group of developers.
DEFCON 3.
Yeah.
I want to get there. If anyone can get me tickets to DEFCON 3, I will love you. I've been like pimping this out nonstop because I missed out the ticket buying period. So, you know, I really want to see what's happening with the Ethereum community there. There's such a strong community. There's such badasses. You should look at Charlie Lee talk about Ethereum, and it's crazy because he's like, they're changing a moving machine, right? They're changing from proof of work to proof of stake on a moving machine. That's operational.
It's not easy.
Like this is the crazy Russian, you know, like if Vitalik was in a movie, he like have this crazy haircut. He's like, let's go change engine. In a movie, we don't care, man. Let's go change. This is how we do things in Russia.
Have like a shotgun and everything, like explosions going on.
Yeah, man. Yeah, that would be how the crypto community views Vitalik. But you know, it's working so far. Ethereum has never been broken so far, but you know, that's how it goes. But yeah, one last topic I want to cover before I go. I'm sorry. I mean, this was an amazing stream, but I have to get some dinner. It's 10 o'clock here. We have around 261 guys watching on mine, 561 on yours. That's absolutely crazy. Guys, this is a great time. Sorry if I've been ignoring the chat a bit. It's us talking. Like this is yet again one of the cases where we're catching up. Like this is like years of conversation that we should have had. But just learning a lot from Data Dash here, Chris. Sorry, I instantly forgot your real name. Nicholas Martin. Yeah, Nicholas. So it's us catching up, and we just thought we wanted to show this live. So this is the explanation for this. I know it's like a little bit haphazard for you guys, but that's cool. But the last topic is China. So what do you guys think of China? What do you think of China? I want to ask this for you. And then I'll talk about my rant again, and then we'll finish.
Yeah, I think, you know, we were talking about this beforehand and stuff. For me personally, I think that, again, as I've said on my channel, I think it's just common funning. You know, you've seen it before. You've been in the space for a while. Like, it always comes around stuff. Now, even if China does come out and it does something, I think it's a temporary setback. They come out every once in a while. They make these huge statements, and sometimes they take action. But when it comes through, at the end of the day, after a few months, everything cools down, all the fear has already been put in, it's time to buy. It's time to get in and think long term, because crypto in the long term things cannot be stopped. Sure, you can shut down exchanges. Sure, you can shut down all that. But at the end of the day, mining will still be there. Mining, creation of value in cryptocurrencies. To me, it just seems like something, it's decentralized. Ever since from the get-go, people are realizing more and more it can't be stopped. So again, I think that China, much like with all we're seeing with JP Morgan, Chase's CEO and everything, I think it's all funny. It's all talk. But
also, we talked about the JP Morgan thing. What is your take? That was the one I want people on my channel to hear.
Definitely. So I started a new series on my channel called Data Recall, and it's a monthly recap of the past 30 days of price action. And I'll usually do it every kind of midway through the month and everything. So I did a recap this month of September, and I have a segment called Star of the Month, and it was JP Morgan and Chase's CEO, Jamie Dimon, who came out and he's like, oh yeah, Bitcoin's completely speculative, it's a bubble, you know, I said all that kind of stuff, and he said, well, it's used for dark money and stuff like that, and the same old kind of straw mans that you hear with crypto. But it was really ironic because he railed on his dollar on the show, and he was like, he's like, yeah, my daughter bought some Bitcoin and stuff, and now she thinks she's a genius. And then I brought up a Zero Hedge article that said, yeah, your daughter is kind of a genius because she's been investing in something that's continued to outperform equities markets that have had $15 trillion pumped into them over the past few years. So again, it's just like, it's all FUDding. It's all speculation. There's no actual arguments he's making against it. And he even stated himself, he's like, Bitcoin could go to 100,000. I'm not saying to short it or anything. So again, he doesn't know where it's going. I think he knows it's going up, if anything. But the reason why he said that at its core is because you have to follow the money. You have to really follow his interests. He knows that JP Morgan's quarterly revenue for trading is going to be down 20%. 20% next quarter. So he's pissed because all this new money is coming into crypto. It's not going into equities markets. It's not going into stocks, you know, mutual funds, ETFs, whatever it may be. It's going into cryptocurrencies, ICOs. People are leaving from those companies to go into the crypto space. So again, I think it's really interesting and stuff. And I think, again, it's funding. It's a good time to buy in, buy on the fear, sell the news, you know, whatever it may be. So it'll be interesting.
Yeah. Exactly, and I think there's gonna be a case where there's so much money flowing into crypto right now. You see that in the Hong Kong scene as well.
Exactly.
You go to Hong Kong, you go to any talks, any fintech, you know, they're calling it fintech, blockchain, but they always bring Bitcoin into this right now. You see, go to any of these talks and they're packed, right? They're packed. Every nation wants to get in fintech, and it's a great way to do it. And it's important to remember, of course, that, you know, there's so much money flowing into this that's leaving his market.
Exactly.
So that's one thing. But there is also one thing that I've said is that the banks have been saying this for years. Like this doesn't even bother me anymore. I'm just like,
exactly.
I had someone ask me this morning. He's like, "Oh yeah, what do you think of this JP Morgan guy? The guy from JP Morgan talking about this." I'm like, I've heard this.
It sounds familiar.
It sounds very familiar. And, you know, I heard it back in 2012, and this is the embarrassing mistake I made, right? Back in 2012, Bitcoin was $10. It went to 15. People were all FUDding and saying, "Oh, this is a bubble. Bitcoin's not worth jack shit." The first Bitcoin was spent buying pizza, $20,000 for a pizza, 20,000 Bitcoin for a pizza. You know, guys, that is the real value of Bitcoin. Is worth trash. And then, of course, so I sold. All right, I sold at 15 for a Bitcoin. I mean, just if I can go on a time machine,
just go back.
I just slap myself in the face and be like, "Fuck, you should." Just
the second thing you should do is just run to Best Buy or some kind of like place and just buy up all the GPUs you can get, and like get a special contract with Nvidia to make like mining rigs and stuff.
Exactly, or just buy a bunch of Bitcoin. But but that said, of course, Bitcoin did go up to 1,000. It did drop to 200 for a long time. All right, it dropped for a long time. So we got to be prepared for that.
Yeah.
You know, you got to be ready for the winter. There is going to be a winter that will come because there's so much speculation right now. People like to, you know, go all out crazy on Bitcoin and then all pull back on Bitcoin. So just being very level-headed, never put in more than you can invest to lose. Like, make sure you have like your next 2 years planned out in terms of finances, and then put the remainder in. That's what I'm doing. You know, I can't give financial advice, but you know, that is where. Shout out to Bite Size Bitcoin. Shout out to everyone who's watching. You know, guys, I can't respond so quickly, but this is my rant on it. This is my 2 cents. And just to fill in on the China thing as well. China, like, you know, the best thing that describes it was the Men in Black thing. You know, there's always some galactic battle cruiser overhead over China. You know, there's always the central government. They're causing some crazy, you know, crazy thing about, you know, ending crypto or emptying exchanges. This has been going on for years now, and you know, there were miners that moved away from Sichuan province. We covered that like 3 months ago. You know, there's regional policies that come into effect. I've been through like 3 FUD events from China already. PBOC, People's Bank of China, just announcing crap that they're going to ban exchanges, or they're going to force exchanges to implement Know Your Customer, KYC, AML, all the BS. It's just been around for so long, and every time crypto crashes and it comes back, it can't be killed, man. So I was talking about Peter with that as well, from Peter Saddington. Crypto can't be killed. It is the original Jesus coin. If you guys were into that Jesus coin, it is the original.
Someone was
Jesus
commenting
coin.
About that earlier. I was gonna mention it. The Jesus coin. That was so funny. Someone brought that up on my live stream, and I instantly started losing it. That was too funny. There's a coin for everything.
It's crazy, man. It is crazy. So that's my take on it. That's my take on China. Let's stop the FUD. I do want to stop a FUD campaign. I've been trying to do the bend the knee campaign so those exchanges can keep themselves safe. Bend the knee to the Chinese government. They've been doing that for a while, but now it's kind of stop the FUD, man. Stop the FUD. It's over. Let Charlie take a photo with his new shirt, guys. You know, like let's can a guy take a picture with his new shirt and be okay with that? You know, that's That's interesting. That's gonna be, just let the guy, let's just let Charlie Lee take his photo, and don't shit on him for it. Like people are like criticizing he caused all this FUD. Just let him take a picture of his shirt, and with that, man, that's so fun hanging out, man. Yeah.
Well, man, Michael, I really appreciate you taking the time, man. I know it's kind of late for you and stuff. I know you got to get dinner, but man, it was awesome talking to you. I'm so happy we finally got to do this. I hope we can do it more often too.
Exactly. And yeah, we'll get this technology working. I'm sorry it broke halfway through. I think my channel, I stopped stream, so that's why I have my channel left. But guys, thank you guys so much for watching. See you next time.
Take care, everyone.